Well, please welcome to the 700 Club the actor who plays Reverend Robert Hunt in First Landing, Guy Birtwhistle. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
How did you come on this role? Did we find you, or you found us?
It was quite a story, actually. I was working for a hospice program in Los Angeles at the time, and you know, going to acting classes, and just taking a lot of roles in short films and student films. And I happened to take a part in a student film where I had not a speaking role. Really? And Cristobal Cruzan, who's the director of First Landing, saw the tape and somehow made it all the way across the country.
You weren't even speaking in the
No, I wasn't even speaking. And he saw me and he said, you know, that's the look of the guy that I want for Robert Hunt. Now we need to find somebody who looks just like that, but has an English accent. And so he had no idea I was even English. So
incredible.
What happened was the hospice program I was working for closed its doors. They were closed down.
Right.
I got the role, and literally, like, you know, one door closes, another one opens. I stopped my job in hospice and went straight into filming First Landing. So.
Did you do a lot of research on this? Did you go back into jolly old England to find out how the Brits did it in those days?
We did, yeah. There was we did a lot of historical research, you know, and a lot of the actors did for all our roles. My sister's father-in-law was a canon of Norwich Cathedral.
Oh, really?
So as soon as I found out I got the role, I called up. His name's Richard Hanmer, and I was, Richard, you know, I've got to play a vicar. You know, what's the inside scoop? You know, like you know, because we all know, you know, we see but what's it like on the inside? You know, what was it like to really be a vicar? And he was a great help.
What was the biggest challenge in that role for you?
You know, he's a historical figure. He lived.
Yeah.
And so approaching that, you've got to really honor that life. It's not like we're making up a character, you know. So the biggest challenge is really doing him a service.
Well, you know, apparently on the way he got so sick he almost died. The storms. I mean, did you go through all that too?
He got very sick. No, while we were filming on the boat, you know, they had me looking as though I was, you know, seasick and whatnot. Yeah. And they kept offering to, like, you know, take me ashore because they thought I was actually really seasick. And I was like, no, I'm fine.
You just played the role. They actually thought that was
true? We were on a boat in the middle of Delaware Bay, and we did a lot of shooting out there on a replica ship. And it gives a really wonderful look to the film that we actually used a lot of those locations.
Could you find any writings, or did the researchers find any writings of his, or any speeches or anything that he did?
You know, a lot of what we know about Robert Hunt is in the writings of John Smith and Edward Maria Wingfield, and we don't really know a lot specifically about him as a man. All his books were burnt in a fire in the Jamestown settlement very soon, so his diaries are all gone. And, you know, really a lot of the purpose of this film is to put him on the map, so to speak. I mean, everybody knows John Smith would be filming and on location, and people would come up and go, oh, you know, who are you playing? And I'd be like, well, I'm playing Reverend Robert Hunt. And they'd be like, oh, great. And they'd be like, who are you playing? And it would be, I'm playing John Smith. And they're like, oh, can we take our photo with you? You know, so I'd get sort of pushed to one side.
Bring me Pocahontas along.
Yeah, right. So Josh Anderson, who plays John Smith, and we always had a running joke that as soon as someone came up, you know, I'd kind of move aside. And I was like, just wait till the movie comes out.
You'll see who the star is.
And then we'll see,
But that is an incredible life, and he had an enormous impact. There was a fellow named Richard Hacklick who kind of got this thing going. But Hunt was the peacemaker on the boat. I guess they got those boats are kind of small, and people get mad at one another. Did you portray all that?
They are tiny, yes, absolutely. Yeah. And you know, just being on there with a film crew, and then somebody said, "Well, this is what it was like," plus another 20 people. We were all like, you know, like sardines on there. He really was like a mediator, and the way he's portrayed in the film, and what we like to believe happened from all of the writings that we have about him, is that he really was the grounding force in that whole journey. That he was the one that kind of brought all the warring factions together and really made it possible. And if it wasn't for him, you know, we might not be sitting here today.
We might not have America as we know it.
Right, absolutely.
Well, I appreciate your role in this, and I think I'll tell our audience we're going to premiere that on the 29th to a special group, and then we'll have it on the 700 Club on Monday, April the 30th. First Landing, you don't want to miss it. Guy, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
God bless you.